Hey guys, it's Melanie Hinds, your fastest Iraqi DINAR summary on the net. How are you doing today? It's Monday. I thought I'd start off this summary with a joke because everything's so heavy out there, like with everything, right? I did discuss it on my Zoom this morning. If you want to be a member of my channel, please join. So this is a joke that says, why did the Roman chicken cross the road? Because she was afraid someone would seize her. You gotta admit, that's kind of funny. I love dumb jokes. We're gonna be doing more of those tonight at 5. We're gonna do a live stream, margaritas and manifestations. If you want to join us, you're welcome to. So again, the breaking news out of Iraq, oil prices climb as Ukraine strikes Russian refineries. That's not good as far as the global peace, but it could be a smokescreen, no pun intended, because there was smoke in the picture for this this revaluation of their currency. Gold holds near record ahead of the Fed decision. We all know the Fed is going to release its decision. We're hoping it's going to lower interest rate prices, and as Trump would call him, what, too late, Powell? I think he calls them, which is funny too. The next article is dollar prices edge up in Baghdad and Erbil. That's going to continue going the parallel market until this thing revalues, and there'll be no reason to hold the dollars in Iraq and be using them to try to get some money because their value is going to be so high of the U.S. dollar. The next article is gold prices stabilize in Baghdad and Erbil markets. The next article, and all of these I detailed out with my, did I do timestamps? I don't know that we did timestamps yet. But I can't answer that. The next article, Iraq signs $27 billion gas and energy projects, which I think is pretty significant. And then if you want to know how Iraq deals with terrorists in their country, because a lot of people are saying, you know, different things, like, you know, some of the rhetoric that's out there. The young people think, you know, they're batting for countries that have totally different policies. Well, Iraq sentences terrorists to death for attacks in Maizan and Baghdad. So they're no joke, man. Their justice system over there, they kill people for the type of activity that our soft-hearted people around here think they shouldn't. So, you know, I just would say, if you don't like our country, go live over there, right? And see how they treat you. Brittany Griner was in prison for just having marijuana on her in Russia. So if you think all these countries would be better suited to you than the U.S., then I would hope you would just leave. Find a way to get out of here and leave, because I love America and I love our freedoms, and I think you should respect the country for its freedoms, freedom to do anything. And people that do some of the things they've done will face the penalties that they're supposed to face in our justice system in the state that this happened, which they do have the death penalty there. It has nothing to do with anything, but the state law there has the death penalty. He was stupid enough to do it in a state where they have the death penalty. And I'm sure you are going to be a martyr for your party association. And so, and all those people that are losing their jobs, I'm like, good, you should lose your job, because companies have cultures, and they do not want people working for them that are that soulless, right? You got to be soulless to celebrate the death of somebody who wasn't even political. Okay? So that's my take on it. And I also shared more on my Zoom. So, anyways, it's just a tragedy. We lost a really good man, and he was a very good conservative debater. He went to the college campuses and debated. So there was no reason for that, but you know, that makes you all wonder what kind of world we're living in. Just protect yourselves, keep your head on a swivel, because any of us could be targeted next for wanting freedom. And I'm one of those. I like freedom, and I talk about it. So anyways, let's see what everybody else is saying about. I didn't mean to go there, but I guess I had to go there because I get tired of it. And I do a prayer on my live stream where it breaks the soul ties you can get pulled into the vortex of all these emotions. Be careful. The algorithms can pull you one way or the other. Be careful. Make sure you have yourself in check. Don't do anything stupid. Just don't do anything stupid. Join my channel and we'll keep you straight. We talk every morning at 9 and we celebrate at 5. I don't know what's going on over there. I have to watch my puppies. My husband's teaching a class tonight. Anyways, I'm going to be live at 5 for about an hour or so. It's going to be fun. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do some funny jokes. And anyways, here's the summary of everybody else. Claire, the article, the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq meets with the governor of the Bank of England. Quote, Alak called on Mr. Bailey to support the Central Bank of Iraq's efforts to join the Bank of International Settlements in Switzerland, given that the Bank of England is a member of the aforementioned bank's board of directors. Militiaman, article quote, the U.S. Congress decision to revoke the Iraqi war authorization adds to the success of Prime Minister Soudani. Congress didn't do it over many years, but we have done it now. It's possible it may not need a Senate vote in the United States. It may be well enough that they have done it in the Congress to allow them to be able to get that prestige back again and on the global stage. That's the whole idea for Iraq, to integrate into the global financial system. The evidence is so clear, in my opinion, I believe it's a fact. I agree with you, Militiaman. We've all been watching this for a while. Everybody's like, when can we finally go to the bank? Not yet. I will do a live stream on my channel that says the time is now. That's how you know when you can officially call your banks. And whether you're using my strategy or you're following your guru's email instructions or your 800 number instructions, that's up to you guys. I give you the freedom to do whatever. I just provide another opinion. Pinned comment down below. Then you've got Frank 26. What is BIS? Well, I've been educating my community on that. It's the Bank of International Settlements. He said it's the mother of all banks on this planet Earth. That's his words, not mine. I think we have permission to get excited, and here's why. The BIS is the right time for them to come in when we think what we're seeing is what we're seeing. This is the time the mother comes in. The Bank of International Settlements is telling the world you can trust the Central Bank of Iraq now. They've got security and stability. Well, I don't know where he's been. I've been covering those articles where there's actual articles where the BIS said that, the Bank of International Settlements. Also did the World Bank. So did the World. They've been saying that for 3 years. So we just don't know what the exact timing is. That is the truth. That is the fact. Where's the optimism? It's going to happen eventually, because everybody's systems is changing to the digital version of the systems. The ISO 222, that's why everybody's excited about XRP and the whole blockchain system. The thing you got to be aware of is don't go somewhere to get loaded into the QFS. That is a lie, potentially to steal all your money, because the banks are already converted. If you join my channel, you understand more about that, because I talk about it almost exclusively, because I used to audit with Pricewaterhouse, which is now PricewaterhouseCoopers, and the auditors are the reason why this thing is done, and they've signed off on all their systems already. It's now a political coordinated timing optics issue. It's not the bank's issue. It's now I'm glad they're finally, it's a political timing optics issue now. I talk about that. There's think tanks that coordinate all this. AI is probably running the timing now. Anyways, if you join my channel, you get the truth, facts, and optimism, and join us live at 5 if you want to ask me any questions. Mark Z, I love him. Question, what are your thoughts on it being completed by the end of the month? Mark Z, I still think it's very possible. He's like me. It could have been completed January 15th if you ask me. If you listen to Mr. T, who's one of my intel contacts, who's a retired colonel. Oh, so much intel through the military. I'm a supporter of the military. My intel's all military. Mountain Goat, this information from the call did not surprise me, as we are in September already and they want to complete the swap out before December and are targeting January 26th for the reinstatement. That's Mountain Goat, not me. If this is all they would sacrifice in the name of a timeline, they're keeping this all very quiet. I was told we must see the announcement back to full ascension to the World Trade Organization during the next months. This will coincide with the processes that will happen all of a sudden with announcements coming out. I don't know who Mountain Goat is, and I don't know who his source is. But I know that Bruce has U.S. Treasury contacts. There's a lot of people that have central bank contacts. I think Frank has a guy who has a banking contact in the U.S. who's an Iraqi bank. So I think last night, what did Frank say? Do the Iraqi citizens have purchasing power in country at the moment? The answer is no to what you're looking for, but the answer is yes to what we study. We see a slow increase in the value of their currency because the American dollar is not used. It's not reflected per se in the exchange rate of 1310. Well, I have a different opinion, but I'm not going to share it here. If you're on my live tonight, I can share that for you. Again, that's at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll be live, free Q&A session on the Iraqi dinar and all things, plus jokes. Let's keep it light, folks. It's been very dark and it's been very heavy. The energy's been very heavy. I'm going to do a prayer, release your soul ties so you can be free, you can move on and take care of your own life while this, like, get out of debt, get a tax strategy, things like that. I help people move forward. We got to keep moving forward and taking care of our families. Caparoni article, banking reform enters a decisive phase. The central bank and banks are in a race against time, an urgent race. Yes, they are. They're all racing to, this is an AI race, in my opinion. Walking stick. Banking reform enters a decisive phase. The central bank and banks are in a race against time. Urgent. They put a hard date or a time frame on this by predicting the monetary reform would be implemented by the end of September. Wow, this is nice. The end of September is just fine with me. I just celebrated my 60th birthday. God told me to tell you this was done. He always speaks things ahead of time. He confirmed it with his word this morning. Please join us. Here's Samson. I haven't heard from him in a while. Article, Parliamentary Defense. The U.S. decision to revoke the authorization for war against Iraq is recognition of their sovereignty. Iraq has effectively begun to fully restore its sovereignty and will no longer itself be an arena of conflict or a sphere of influence for any party. Such international resolutions must be effectively leveraged to enhance the independence of Iraqi decision-making and build partnerships based on full respect and national sovereignty. Iraq has done everything they do. They've proven it to the whole world that they're secure and stable, and economically, they launched their own digital dinar, which means their system is set apart, digital banking system. It's already there. They're on their own value of, I think, 130 today. If you look at their Iraqi dinar coin, I'm the only one who broke that as of June 8th. We've been talking about it since then. Join us at 5. Ask me any questions. Bye.